Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are studying the topic defining languages in the subject of theory of automata. The outlines include objectives of the lecture, and the second topic is that how we can define languages using different methods like descriptive definition, recursive definition, regular expression, and finite automata. From today's lecture, students will learn how to define languages using different methods. To define languages, we have the following methods: descriptive definition, recursive definition, using regular expression, and using finite automata. In descriptive definition of languages, we are describing the language words using the condition imposed on its words. We'll explain this with some examples. Let we have a language elf string of odd length defined over A. So here the condition is odd length, and we are going to make the words of a language, but all the words should be of odd length. So the words may be A, 3 times A, 5 times A, 7 times A, 9 times A, and so on. Similarly, the language elf string that does not start with A defined over ABC. Here in this case, the language words are composed of A, B, and C, but none of the words will start with A. So the possible words are B, C, B, A, B, 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 C, C, A, C, B, C, C. If we can see that none of the word is starting with A, confirming and satisfying the condition which says that no word will start with A. In recursive definition of language, there are three steps to follow. First step is that some basic words are specified in the language. Second step is a rule is defined for constructing more words, and in the third step, it is make it more generalized that no other words are allowed to be in the are allowed to exist in the language except that satisfying step 1 and step 2. Let's say our first example. Let we want to define the language of integer. So first we say 1 is in integer. We can also say 2 is in integer, 3 is in integer. But we say 1 is in integer. Similarly, now we are defining the rule of for it. If x is in integer, then x plus 1 and x minus 1 are also integer. So now all those words which will satisfy step 1 and step 2 will belong to this language, otherwise, and if any word will not satisfy step 1 and step 2, so definitely those words will not belong to this language. So the third step says no string except those constructing in above are allowed to be in the language. The second example is defining the language of even. Let 2 is in even. Now we are making a rule for it. If x is even, then x plus 2 and x minus 2 are also even. And now all the words which will satisfy rule step 1 and step 2 will belong to this language, and all other words that is not satisfying step 1 and step 2 will not belong to this language. The third method is defining language using regular expression. Regular expression is basically the formula for making the words of a language. Let we have a language x 2 times x 3 times x of strings defined over x. So using regular expression, in short, it can be represented x steric, which means that x is repeated 0 or more times. Similarly, the language L, x double x 3 times x defined over x will be represented as x plus, which means that x is repeated one or more times. In the first case 0 or more time, and in the second case 1 or more time, because steric means 0 or more times and plus means 1 or more times. The next example is let we have a language L consisting of all possible strings defined over AB. Then we will make it as A or B, plus is read out as or. So A or B and the whole is steric, means that it can be repeated 0 or any number of times. The fourth example is that the language L of string having exactly double A defined over AB. So its regular expression will be uh, double A preceded by B steric and followed by B steric, which means that this regular expression will satisfy all those words which have double A's. The last one is defining language using finite automata. So finite automata is basically a collection of the following finite number of states having one initial and some, maybe none, final states. Second constituent of the finite automata is finite set of input letters from which input strings are formed. And the third one is finite set of transitions for that for each state, and for each input letter there is a transition showing how to move from one state to another. Let we have the following finite automata. Summation is equal to AB. Its states are x, y, z, where x is initial state and z is final state. Its transition are also given. So the transition will be represented or can be represented using a table where there are old states and new states, and there are two columns for reading different characters. The starting state is x minus and the ending state is z plus. The starting state is identified using minus and the final state is identified using plus, and the transitions are listed under each column. The same transition table can be represented using a transition diagram, which is exactly the same, which is exactly according to the same table and the same finite automata in the previous two slides. Well, today we have studied how we can define languages using different methods like descriptive definition, recursive definition, using regular expression, and using finite automata. These are some of the references which were helpful in making these slides, and thank you very much for that.